What is stereotyping? Stereotyping is when you look at somebody from their look, from their environment, you just judge them and decide this is what this person would be like. Hi everyone, thank you for visiting my channel. If you've been here before, thank you very much for coming back, and if this is your first time of visiting this channel, please click on the subscribe button and comment and share. Thank you very much. We're going to go back to the issue of who is a single parent and what set of single parenting do we have. The last video was about type of single parent. We looked at people that have chosen to be single parents and also people that have had to do IVF. And I've had a lot of responses between Thursday that the video was released and today. The feedback is amazing. Thank you very much for the feedback, and I truly appreciate it. I've been asked to expatiate on the issue of IVF and baby mama. And also, before I carry on, let me quickly talk about one more type of single parenting, and then I could answer the question together. And the third one is adoption. People that decide to adopt children. Let's start with the baby mama. Sometimes, because the question is asked, is it because they couldn't live with men or they've had a bad experience with men? Sometimes that may not be so. Because somebody has decided to be a baby mama doesn't mean they've had a bad experience with a man or they've been in a marriage before. Sometimes it could be that a person is just not a marrying type, and they are comfortable enough in themselves to want to have a child but not want to be with any man. Times are changing. I know people are changing as well. So because of this, some people might decide, I don't want to be married, I don't want to have anything to do with a man in being responsible as a mother or as a wife to the person, but I would have a child for the person. On the other hand, it could be that the reason they've become a baby mama is because they thought or think they were in a relationship with a person, but when the case of pregnancy comes up, the person say, hey, how? We're not getting married. So a baby mama could occur in that way. The IVF treatment is mostly for people that would call single parents on IVF. It's a choice. It's a choice. And I think from the one or two or few people that I've actually had discussion and things that I've read, some people just want to have a wholesome responsibility and ownership of this child. So this is why I've said times and things have changed, and the way we look at things, the way we feel, the way we talk, and the way we behave, our thought patterns have changed, especially in this millennial period. So that's why a lady could actually go for IVF, not because they've been with any man before, not because they've been married before, but because they've decided as honest unto themselves. Sometimes people will say because of their age, I'm too old to get married, or people will say, I just can't do this business of being married. And putting in mind, IVF is not a cheap thing to do. So for somebody to decide they want to have an IVF, you could imagine they're not likely to be in the group of single parents that have financial difficulties. For this category 1 and 2, which is IVF and baby mama, it doesn't necessarily mean that they've been in marriage before or they have not been, though some might have been and decide to go that way. And the third one I'll quickly look at is the adoption. People do adopt children, and I actually know one or two people that have decided to go on the adoption route. They've never been married, they've never been pregnant, but they've decided that, okay, for me as a person, I'm not cut off for pregnancy, I'm not cut off for baby things, but I want a child and I want somebody to be a companion to me. I want company. And of course, there are a lot of ways, there are a lot of children waiting to be adopted. They might opt for that, which I think in the real sense of it is cheaper compared to the IVF. And also for them, it's easier to go about, because for adoption, I don't think you pay anything compared to what you pay for IVF. And even if that's you pay at all, but the thing is the child becomes theirs and they say, I am the mother of this child, the child is mine. Also, to quickly look at the issues of what would make people decide on such. Amazingly, it's not going to be easy for us to be able to read everybody's mind or everybody's thought. I've tried to find researches that says why women would decide to do IVF or adoption. Not that I've found any or many, but I find that for the adoption bit, some people are even married and they would adopt a child just to help and contribute their own compassion and charity to the system. Yes, there are some women that have decided, because of what has happened to me, because of what I've gone through, I'd rather be a baby mama, do IVF or adoption, so that I don't have anything or any relationship that would put me in the same space as a man, or should we call it, put me in a marriage. I'd rather decide and be my own architect and make up my mind to be a single parent, and that's it. Please feel free to make your comments, to make your suggestion, so at least we can look more into it. But on my side, that is what I can, that's the answers I can give onto that. Now we're going to quickly look at the final question that was posted on this. I had a question posted that says they are actually married singles. Most of the people that become single parents, surprisingly, or should I say unknowingly to a lot of people, would have been actually most of the time a married single parent before actually becoming a full single parent. Because a married single parent is the process whereby a family is living together. They're both together, they're doing the family, they're being in marriage, but the primary responsible person that's supposed to provide for the family and for the children as the head of the family does not do so. Not being prejudiced. We have a lot of that in our community, even at the moment, even in the church, even leaders in the church that actually do not take any responsibility at home. Be the rent, be the catering for the children, be the provision for the wife, be provision for anybody apart from themselves. Even you'll be surprised, some of these people actually feed on the other person and the other person actually cater for them. But because of our environment to say, oh, you need to help your partner, you need to stay together in marriage, loads and loads of women especially are actually living in a marriage that are actually inside that marriage they are single parenting, because the other person does not get involved in anything that minutely has to do with actually what a marriage should be. The Bible says the one that does not provide for his family is worse than an infidel. So my answer to that will be, no matter what level you are in Christianity, no matter where you are in your journey with God, and you do not provide for your family, and then the other person is being actually a single parent inside a marriage, you're worse than an infidel. I never said it, the Bible says. It's just that when it comes to talking about single parent, I spoke about the ones that we all know and are obvious. But there are actually single parents, well, married single parent, that's what they call. They're actually living together under the same roof, cohabitating as husband and wife, but amazingly, it is only one person that carries all the responsibility. And my suggestion to those people, to be honest, and in all fairness, I will not be able to suggest, because the Bible says, if any man lack wisdom, let him ask of him that giveth liberally. What I would suggest is they keep talking to God. I know I might sound spiritual, over spiritual, no, but it's a fact of the matter. Let them talk to God to direct them to order their steps. But I know as a matter of fact that for most people that became single parents, it did actually started from being a single parent inside of a marriage. And also, what would I say to the other party that's not being responsible? I would say It is a vow of companionship. It is a vow of togetherness. It is a vow of taking care of each other. And also marriage is not something that one person decide, I'm taking this part of the marriage and I'm not taking that part of the marriage. Marriage is an old something, and will suggest and appeal to people that are not contributing their part, that are not being joined together, because when two are joined together they become one. So there's no way you can be not responsible for your family and saying you are a married man or woman, because we all have our responsibility. Yes, the Bible says the man is the head of the home, so obviously the man has more responsibility towards their family. So if you're a man, you're not contributing your quota to be a responsible father and a father that supports and provide for your family. We need to change. That's my contribution to this. Thank you very much for watching. Please make comments, click on the subscribe button and share with others, and from there we can actually educate ourselves and have more understanding of this journey of life, which is called marriage, and also which is called single parenting. Thank you.